Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello. Welcome back, everyone. I was crossing my fingers because I was hoping that the overlay wouldn't break. And I think so far so good. Because in the last minute before starting the stream, I remembered I was like halfway through doing some massive change with just like with the behind the scenes stuff, with specifically the music volume and starting streams thingamajiggy. I had this like another epiphany of how to like streamline a little bit better, and then I forgot that I only did half of it. But the half that I did do, I think, is working, and I think the other half that I didn't do isn't broken. It just isn't done. So it's so far so good. I hope the. Let me know what the volume's like. Is the volume too loud for this? Is this like background music too loud? Like, is this a comfortable level of background music? I wonder. Because basically what I did was like, instead of me manually like, okay, begin this, start streaming, start opening the curtain, and I have to like lower the music volume and increase it a little bit, and then turn the microphone on. I'm trying to like streamline that whole process so it's all automated. And I still have to turn the microphone on by hand for now. That was the part I haven't done yet. But I think the music, is fine. Wait, there's no background music. Well, right now the music just is in a quiet. It's like an outro. So it's kind of. Was there no music the entire time, or is it just now? Because right now the song is like ending, so there's no music. You heard no music the whole time. Bullshit. Okay, hold on. Let me. Wait, hold on. Let me just jump to a louder. This is fine, by the way. I just need to tweak the volume settings. Okay. How's this for a song? Is this too loud? Too quiet? Apparently it's too quiet, I think. Perfect volume? Some people say perfect. Maybe. Because yeah, it's louder during the intro, then it goes quiet, and then when the curtains open, it comes in a little bit. This is good, it's perfect. Okay, well now it's perfect. Okay. Alright. It's extremely quiet, maybe I'm going insane. Could be like, I don't know. I guess everyone's audio setup is a little bit different. I don't know. Could be different. Maybe there's like a surround sound setting turned on. I'm not sure. But anyway, welcome back, everyone. Hello, welcome back. Brand new week, start of the week. Good to see everyone. Who we got paused in the alerts? First up, we got Shiba Socks coming in with an early resub. Thank you very much. 21 months for Shiba Socks. Thank you. Thank you very much. Welcome back. And also, a spider was caught. A very early spider. Strike. 74 spiders so far. Congrats to our first spider of the stream. We also have Death Bulge in the chat. A late load spider. Unfortunately, was not early enough to catch that spider. Welcome back, Death Bulge, by the way. Second Manly, 100 bits. It's my birthday today. Lord Wow, since you don't do cakes anymore, could you maybe just draw me one telepathically? Pretty please. Alright. I'll draw you one telepathically. But tell me, what kind of cake would you want me to telepathically draw? How's it called? Let's be real. The overlay is going to break. In fact, I'll do my dreamdest. Oh, damnedest. Kind of. That's gone berserk. Excuse me. Jesus Christ. Alright, hold on. I'm all out of whack now. What happened? What am I missing? Oh goodness me. Hold on. Cole, there's a message, there's a couple of resubs. And there's a birthday cake I have to telepathically draw. Hold on. Hold on. Hey. Paste. It's okay. It's okay. Copy's gone. Come in here. I just see Paste's little face, his eyes. Can you even see? Look at it. Look at him. Look at him hiding in the corner there. Paste. She's gone. She's gone. You can come out now. Oh, so scared. It's okay. Yeah, they've been zooming around all morning, chasing each other, wrestling. Very cute. Very good. I love it because then they tire themselves out. It's like music to my ears. Still there. All right, no, okay. Now pace is gone. All right, what was I at? Okay, hold on. Cole. Your audio is your pride. It's definitely super quiet. Well, I'm gonna have to review the VOD after this and check the volume levels. I can't actually record and check offline because recording automatically doesn't record the music because I'm so smart. That's how I set it up. So I'm gonna have to watch the VOD after this. Let's see here. And see. Oh yes, and then Stephen Alexi, 57 months. Egg. Stephen Alexi. Thank you very much. Welcome back. And Super Tux, 62 months. Goodness. Thank you very much. Welcome back. Hello. Super Tux, hope you're having a good holiday, by the way. What's this? Kritzkopf, hello. As long as they don't give you already deadly cat farts during streams like Borga did in mine today. Oh dear. No. No farts, just good old diarrhea. What's wrong with your face? Jesus Christ. More Biber. Wait. I'm pretty sure we've experienced this problem before. Have we not? More Biber, why do you not have a face? Why? Why don't you have a... Let me just double check. What is your stats going on here? You got baby mouth. And you got... Wait, your eyes are a black beanie. Why are your eyes a... Why do you have baby mouth? More Biber... This won't do. More Biber, this won't do. I'm gonna reset your character because something has gone horribly wrong. I'm gonna just... Okay, I'm gonna axe that there. Remember, you like it though? Okay, well, if you like it, I'll keep it. But if you don't like it, feel free to change. But okay, I'll leave it for now. You got you got beanie eyes and baby mouth. Unique, very unique. Also, scrolling up a bit more here. Psychic Manatee, telepathically take a manatee drummer cake to keep with my theme from over the years. Of course. Alright, well, Psychic Manatee, first of all, happy birthday. And let me telepathically make you that cake. Alright, so what was it again? I already forgot. A manatee drummer cake. Okay, here we go. Alright, I'm picturing a manatee. I'm drawing it. Oh, that's a perfect circle there for the eyes. Oof, nice, very nice. Cake. I'm gonna make it a chocolate cake. Manatee's holding two sticks. You think he's like opening the cake, cutting a slice, but no, he's drumming on the cake. Chocolate is everywhere. Looking really good. A little bit of shine. Alright, now export that. Exporting. Wait, something's frozen. Oh, no, there we go. And here it is. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Psychic Manatee, and happy birthday. Hum yum 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 yum. Delicious. Sorry I didn't save you a slice. But I will telepathically give you some of my excrement to enjoy. It is chocolate flavored after all. Okay. But yes, happy birthday. And welcome back. And Supertext new stream, new overlay bug. Well, the more Biber face, that's actually an old bug that if anything, that is not a bug. That is actually working perfectly. Because it's an old bug that made something wrong, but at least now it's consistent because it's loading correctly. It's just loading the wrong file because of the original bug. But so that's all working well. And hey, Wolfie, thank you for the host. Welcome back. Okay. Alright, man. I am already so pooped. Oh yeah, diarrhea. Not me. The cats. I'm pretty sure they've been opening a gap in the door, and there's a plant outside, a potted plant, and Pace has been like reaching out, trying to catch these leaves because it's autumn over here. The leaves are falling. Well, then again, the plant's dying anyway, so it's like autumn all the time for that plant. But the leaves have fallen off, and the wind is blowing the leaves around, and there's a gap in the window, and Pace is like sticking his paw out and trying to catch the leaves, and I believe has successfully caught some leaves and eaten them. I think the cats have been eating these dead leaves, and I'm pretty sure it's not doing them any good because I'm pretty sure that's the cause of their diarrhea. They have had giardia as kittens, so apparently them having diarrhea is not really super uncommon. We have like special digestive food to give them, and even now we've got even more special post-diarrhea powder stuff to put on the cat food to make them better, and yada yada yada. So they're all taken care of. Just gotta make sure they stop eating those leaves. That's like the main culprit, I think. Especially because one time I found a stick, a whole like a leaf stick in the poop. But anyway, why do these streams always gotta start with cat defecating? I don't know. These streams, I don't know. I already get enough of those streams happening in the kitty litter. Don't need it here as well. Alright. And yeah, people are eating. Guitar Piper, my apologies. Hope you're not eating a chocolate mousse or something. Have I given the cats catnip? Oh yes. But that's not the reason why they're pooping weird. They've had catnip before. But I think it's just those leaves. Anyway, we're gonna get rid of that plant. And, okay, so... Also, like people are predicting how many panels this week's comic is going to be. Prediction is now finally over. Is it 4 panels or anything but 4 panels? Let's see what comic we have in store for you this week. So, without further ado, let's go to the reveal. Okay, let's pause. And reveal. Oof. Oof. Okay, here we go. Door again a little bit. Okay. Hum hum hum. Hum hum hum. Hum hum hum. Wait, how it is. What are you doing in there? Oh god, oh god. Click. Oh, what's up, Julius? Not much, just roaming around. Blip. Oh no, the music's still going on. I forgot to turn the music off. There we go. I think I really butchered the timing of that comics reveal. I really just zoomed right through. I keep forgetting to rehearse the dialogue and all that, but yeah. Anyway, there you go. That's what we got. It's a 4-panel comic. That's right. Four panels. If you can even count this, I don't know. Can you even count that as a panel? It's literally just gonna be a blip, which is white. But it's got the border, the size. It is a 4-panel comic, of course it is. And there we go. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay. And let's see what we have with the predictions. There we go. The winners and losers, eh? See who the biggest winners are. The biggest winners are... Comic Code. I was like squinting, it's so small. Comic Code. Risking 15,000 and winning back 30,000. 30.6 thousand. Doubling your B's, Comic Code. Excellent. Comic Code Dower, Danny, Shiba Sucks, Caffeinated, Mrs. Muffin, Raven Moon, Jason Skirk, Tofu, and Steven Deluxy. Congrats. Big wins there. Double payout. Perfect. I think this is the correct one. This is... Pretty sure this is the latest one, right? Yeah, this must be. I'm just surprised that it's almost like a 50-50% split of people voting, because the last time I looked at it, there was like most people are voting for panels. So let's see. Who are the biggest losers that we can thank for making this more of an interesting prediction and not too predictable? It is... Strike! Wolfie, Cole, Ascaris, Death Bulge, Grasscutter, Quiet, Guitar Piper, Eneria, and Clock. Thank you for your losses. Goodness me. Thank you very much. If it wasn't for all of you losers, we would have no winners. So thank you very much. Thank you. Excellent. Better luck next time. Alrighty. Alrighty. There we go. Put that there. And, missing some chat here. What does the chat say here? Chrome code. Didn't Google Chrome used to say since the beginning of time as the when you're deleting history? I think you're right. I think you're right. When you say used to, is it not is it no longer saying that anymore? I don't use Chrome anymore really as my main browser. I use Brave, and on Brave it just says all time. I think. Oh no. It says all time now? Oh, okay, okay. It's a shame that Chrome changed it from since the beginning of time to all time. I wonder why. Maybe people are getting too confused. Maybe people are being too worried about what it means exactly. Like, oh no, it's going to delete the history of my childhood, all my memories. I don't know. It's just another way of Google becoming more and more of a soulless, faceless corporation. Unfortunately. What a surprise. I know it's a surprise. It's a shock. It comes as a complete shock. A multi-billion-dollar company now suddenly is revealed to be just a faceless company. Oh gosh. But that's the world we're living in. Oh well. Firefox is everything? I like everything. Everything is better than old time. I'm not sure what Safari says. I think Safari says old time as well. I'm not sure. Wait, oh, whoops, hold on. There's some alerts that are paused. I forgot the alerts are still paused. Hold on. We got Teddy. Hey, Teddy, you should have wrote the Roman dialogue in Latin. Isn't English Latin-based? I don't know. You're the history buff. You tell me. I don't know. Also, Akanika, thank you very much for the 3 months. Welcome back. First silver hat for you. Thank you, losers. Again, not directed at me. It's directed at all of you guys. Well, the ones that voted wrong in the prediction, anyways. So thank you very much. Yes. What's this about Hatbot being too slow? Didn't say anything about the titles. Didn't say anything about the titles. Hatbot didn't say anything about the titles. Oh, yeah. Hatbot's not saying anything. Wait, is Hatbot even in the chat? Wait, what the? What is happening? Why is Hatbot not here? Should be working. Hatbot was talking, but not anymore. What's happened with Hatbot? What have you people done to my poor little bot? Why? Why is Hatbot so scared? Is Hatbot even recording the comic titles? Uh-oh. Nicholas Spire! Something's gone horribly, horribly wrong. Wait. Okay, well, at least your comic titles are not dead. I see them on Twitch. They shouldn't be there, but they're on Twitch. So they're not gone. I see the first one was from Wolfie, Leaf Stick. I think that was the first one there, right? Yeah, something has gone horribly, horribly wrong here. Oh, I wonder why. Is it something I've done? Let's see. Delete this. Okay. All right. I've changed something. Let's see if I do a test here. Okay. Okay, now it's working again. Okay, now it's working. I don't know why. We'll see. Wait, you said Wolfies was the first one? Was it not? Was there something else before? Yoda, don't forget to delete the past week's title so you don't do it on the last day. Yeah, I just did that now. It shouldn't have. Okay, hold on. There's so many things to mention. So Nicholas Spire has been working hard on some extreme measures for the comic title here. They've added dates in between titles, so I can see as I'm scrolling down the text file, I can see, oh, okay, on Wednesday, this date, all these are the titles, you know, and this date, these are the titles. So even if I forget to delete the old ones, I can scroll and see, oh, these are the dates. So that's pretty nifty. And also, it ignores everything in the brackets as well for duplication purposes. Also very smart. But I might have broken some of the implementation of Nicholas Spire's code. Not sure. I had to delete the old comic titles for this to work now. But anyway, I'll have a look into that more properly after the stream. Just, you know, wouldn't be loading our stream if things weren't breaking. It's my brand. Okay, I think it's Cole, you've messed me up here. Okay, Cole's suggestion of a Wednesday, 4th May date is added correctly. Okay, excellent. All right. Supertext, what about this title? Oh, fancy. Your suggestion is empty. Refunding your bees. Cool. That's perfect. Well, that works well. Man, that doesn't get added. Okay, great. Seems like it's all working now. I just have to figure out why it wasn't working at the beginning. Anyways, what are we doing here? Like I said, here's the comic. Hope you like it. It is a bit of a cheeky one because the last panel is just empty, so I'm trying to make up for it with having a more detailed third panel. And let's just dive right into it, I suppose. So let's go over here now. Here. Okay. Great. There we go. Move this over here. So, and here we go. Okay. Also, the brackets, for just one more thing to clarify, because I think I messed up the explanation. So when you're submitting a comic title now, you're whatever you type in, brackets and all, do get recorded, assuming there's something other than just brackets. But the clever thing is that it can tell now if something is the same title, even if whatever's in the brackets is different. Because the problem we had before was that someone would say a title, let's say example like buzzed, and in brackets saying, oh, because of the alcoholic buzzing way, right? And then what would happen is if someone else later on submits a title buzzed, they wouldn't get their Bs refunded because technically back then, buzzed and brackets shit was different from just buzzed, right? So that caused some problems because technically it is the same title, and the second person now doesn't get their Bs refunded. So what Nicholas Spire has done is now, for duplication checking, it only looks at whatever is not in the brackets. So even though the first one was buzzed and then bracket stuff, the second one, just being buzzed, will be refunded because it'll detect, oh wait, buzz has already been submitted. So it's very clever. And I believe it works. The problem we're having at the beginning of the stream is something else. But I'll look into that later. In fact, I'll add it to the to-do list. Just so I totally don't forget. Titles did not work at start. Only recorded dates? Question mark? Question mark? Had to delete everything. Okay. Yep. But that should be fine. You tested on Friday and it worked back then as well. Yeah, so no, it does work. Everything does work, but for some reason the beginning thing I'm not sure if there's some sort of, like, cache I have to clear. I don't know. It's probably my fault, though. It's more likely it's my fault. Oh well. Step by step. The third panel characters are super cute. Oh, I'm glad you think so, Quiet Artist. Yeah, I like how this turned out. This should be a lot of fun to draw. And in fact, the whole thing shouldn't take too long to draw, really. Sweaty guy at a laptop. I mean, I've drawn that a billion times. I'm sure I know how to draw this now, even blind. And in this one, just a bit of UI, easy peas. This is going to be a bit more complicated. But I think having a more detailed third panel makes the juxtaposition of the next panel being blank more funnier. Because, more funny. AKA funnier. Because it's just like so much detail, so much history, packed, you know, colors and stuff, and then bam, nothing. It wouldn't have the same effect if this penultimate panel was also quite simplistic and minimal, and then there's just nothing, you know what I mean? So the more colors and stuff we pack into this penultimate panel, the funnier the contrast will be. Oh, hey loading fan 222, you're new here? Well, hello. Your name sounds familiar, but welcome back. But welcome. AKA welcome back. Akanika, I've never heard cache pronounced like that before. What do you say? Cache? 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 I like cache. Cache me outside. Gretzkoff, gotta go to bed. Have a good one. Here's some reference. Let's see, what is this? Reference for, okay, I'm gonna predict that the reference is, oh, this shouldn't have happened. But the reference is a Roman egg. No, I was wrong. Okay, sorry. The History of Eggs, Book 2 of Egg Studies by O.V. Wise. A History of Integrity. Well, thank you very much. This picture is brutal looking. In fact, this is a very horrific picture, and I'll tell you why. It's because excuse me. Anyway, that's why it's so brutal. I think you'll agree. Okay, let's get back to work. It's not cash or cashy. It's pronounced kachow. I gotta clear the kachow. I like that. Well, we should keep that. All right. Have you tried clearing the kachow? I like that. Yeah, it's good. Greg, is Pace okay now? Yeah, Pace is all good. Pace is long gone. It'd be horrible if Pace was still in the corner just staring at me, but no, can't see him. And I hope it doesn't sound like that Pace gets bullied by Copy or something. They take turns bullying each other. Every now and then when I think, uh-oh, is like one of them being too mean to the other one? Like, is it always that one being the aggressor in their fights? But no, it's like pretty even Stevens. They take turns chasing each other. It's very cute. So good because it just means they get tired out. And I love when the cats are sleepy. It's my favorite time of the day. Because otherwise it's just so frustrating when I'm like trying to work on something, especially when it's like evening time, because that's when cats go a bit crazy. I'm trying to work on something and I'm like getting into the flow, and then all of a sudden Pace just walks in and just starts screaming at me. Ah! Ah! Like, what do you want? What do you want? And then he runs away, and I go after him, and he jumps into the bathroom and screams at me and goes into the sink. And I have to go, it's a whole thing. It's a whole ritual. Never ending. As meows are getting so loud. Loud meows. Alright, back to work now. Also, hey, Ballot Comics, welcome back. And, Ascaris, really hate how Reddit now shows random ass subreddits based on recommendations. Annoying. Normally I would have agreed, but in fact this morning it recommended a post from the Better Call Saul subreddit, which I'm not part of. And it was actually kind of an interesting post. It was like, oh, the character from that episode is actually also from Breaking Bad. I didn't even realize because I don't remember their names. So in that case, in that one case, I was actually, oh yeah, that was actually kind of neat. Personally, what I don't like is Reddit's RPAN stuff, the streaming stuff. I hate being shown random RPAN streams. There's always someone drumming or playing an instrument. Hardcore. I don't know why. It's just someone always on an instrument. It's just, to me, it looks like an ad. I have just to keep scrolling. Speaking of Saul, new episode today apparently. Oh, I think it came out last night. I mean, I watched it last night. Such a good show. But yeah, no. I mean, I know this is obvious, but for those who don't know, no spoilers in the chat, please. The only spoiler I'll say is Better Call Saul is a damn fine show, and I'd recommend watching it. Speaking of good shows, though, I know I haven't even started working, but I want to mention this thing before people go off to bed and I forget. What was it called? I forgot what it was called. No, come. Okay, hold the phone.
Let's do it.
Wait a second. I'll tell you about a show that's really good after this moment. Jesus Christ. Let's see. Let's start with can't start with the head because it's the first circle. I'm gonna start with the laptop. Oh, actually, in the table as well. Actually, I'm gonna start with the table. Let's see, like this. Like that. That's pretty good. The laptop. This. A bit too thick for a modern laptop, but whatevs. No, that looks pretty good. Hey, check this out. Boom, laptop. It's like I'm chiseling a drawing out of marble. Got a block of marble, bunch of lines. I'm like, take this off. Well, like a Edward Scissorhands moment. And then boom, there's a laptop. Pretty good. Oh, Teddy, there was a message you highlighted. Oh, did that play or did I just not hear it? Spoiler, helps add downforce to a racing vehicle. Oh, like a car's spoiler. I get it. Like a little fin at the back. It did play it, but I just did not hear it. Oh, I see. I think I know. I need to lower the music, but increase the. I lower the music to my own headphones, but increase the volume in my everything else. Then I should be able to hear things more clearly. It's true. I've actually paused the alerts now as well because I need to read some of this chat and get some of these words out. Also, Mr. Wiggly, hello. Cumcut, Rhea Seahorn, aka Kim Wexler, directed the latest episode. Can you believe she's 49 years old? What? She's 49? Damn, she looks like mid-30s, if I had to guess. Goodness me. Well then, she's looking extra good, considering she's even 49. Oh my goodness. Let's see. What else was in? Oh yeah, the show that I recently watched, would recommend is called Severance. That's a good show. Pretty good show. I would recommend. I mean, the teaser trailer isn't too spoilery, I suppose. Personally, I'd still prefer going in blind. But if you need to be convinced, I think the teaser trailer is fine. But Severance is, man, that is a good show. That is a really good show. So high budget. It's an Apple TV Plus show. Their budget is just insane. Every shot looks just perfect. So it's so good. It's really good, and it's got Adam Scott, I believe his name is, from Parks and Rec. He's really good in it. Great to see him like in another acting role. But what's it about? You know, I'm trying to think. How do I explain what the show is, but without spoiling it? It's sort of like, yeah, it gives me a Lost vibe, Comic Code for sure, but it's much more satisfying than Lost. I mean, I don't know. Season 2 is coming. Hopefully, they don't get lost with the plot. But it's like Stanley Parabola. If you like the Stanley Parabola game, you will like Severance. In fact, I think Stanley Parabola is one of the inspirations behind the show. I believe I remember reading that in an article somewhere. And it's set in an office, and it's surreal, but it's like mysterious, but it has its funny moments, but it's also kind of like a thriller. It's cool. Yeah, Stanley Parabola. What? Parable. Stanley Parable. Parable? Stanley Parable, apparently. But yes, it's like that. There was another, what was it? It was like Stanley Parable meets something else. Can't think of it now. By the way, I'd recommend it. Also, another thing I found out is that the Apple TV Plus shows, you can watch the first episode for free, like without being on a trial or anything. You can just watch every first episode on their streaming service, which is pretty neat. So yeah, you could just do that. Watch the first episode for free, and get the 7-day free trial. Watch the rest of the season. Bada bing, bada boom. You're in Severance Town, baby. It's really good. But now I have to wait like like over a year for season 2, and it's just driving me nuts. Oh well. If I liked 24, the show 24, Tehran on Apple TV Plus is good too. Some actors from 24 are in it. Oh yeah? Man, it's been a long time since I've seen 24, or even thought about it. The phone ringtone. My dad has it as his ringtone as well. He loves that show. But yeah, I saw the trailer for Tehran. Looks really good. Looks really good. And also the morning show. That goes without saying, isn't it? It's fantastic. Since we're talking about Apple TV Plus shows, the morning show is really, really good too. What's this? Laser Gurk. Hey, just dropped by to tell y'all that the bee on my skin is alive and thriving. Oh, the tattoo. Okay, of course. Oh yeah, excellent. How's that looking? I completely forgot. I thought you were doing this like a bee has grafted itself onto your skin and it's just, I don't know, feeding off of your blood. But nice, excellent. Well, if you have a picture, feel free to show it. Hope it didn't sting too bad. All right. Okay. Henria, did I play the Stanley Parabola? There was a new release. You should play that one. Oh yeah, I heard about that. I believe Cortez G was streaming it, the deluxe edition. Yeah. I have played and streamed the first version of it. In fact, it was one of the first games we streamed, long time ago. I don't remember anything from it, which is a good thing, because apparently the new version isn't like too different. It's not like a full-on sequel, though it has a lot of new things. Yeah, maybe. Like, I feel like if I played Stanley Parable again, despite having streamed it, I do not remember a single thing from it. It's just kind of wild. And kind of disturbing that my memory's so bad, but yeah. In fact, I'm pretty sure any game I've played more than like 6 months ago, I could play again and it would feel like brand new to me. I'm gonna have one hell of a retirement. I'm gonna just be content with just playing the same game and watching the same movie over and over. I won't know any difference. Is there a VOD of that one, the Stanley Parable stream? I don't think so. That was like before. I think that was before I like took streaming very seriously, and I'm pretty sure we don't have a VOD of it. Maybe I'll just a quick peek at my VOD channel on YouTube. Let's see. Nah, it's not, unfortunately. I can show you the picture I made for that stream though. It's before I got like a consistent kind of in the groove of things. Like, look at this. This is the picture I had for the Stanley Parabola stream back then. Look how tiny it is. This is like, what is this? This is 500 pixels wide. 500 pixels, and this is how I used to look here. My God, yeah, 2015 apparently is when I made that. Kind of reminds me of the first. I'm pretty sure this was the first stream, other than PT. I don't really count PT as a, but the first stream was what was it called? Oh yeah, Until Dawn. And that the picture for that one was this. Look at that. Just a couple of eyes from a photo of me holding the game box. My God, things were easier back then. Firefly with the 43rd spider. Congrats. Just beat out Tofu. Hey Raven Moon, I want a tattoo so bad, but I know I'm gonna pass out once the needle hits my arm, so I'm terrified to get one. Oh, I mean, isn't that what you want though? Wouldn't you want to be passed out? Because then you don't feel all the pain. That'd be ideal. I mean, blah blah blah. Thank you very much. Welcome back. Encyclopedia. Did I get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending of Stanley Parabola is my favorite. I don't know. Honestly, I have no recollection. I think people who might have been at the stream in the chat right now would remember more than I do. I wish the vid of you doing Until Dawn was available, and no, if you pass out, they have to stop, I'm pretty sure. Oh, is it like a law that the tattoo artist has to stop if you pass out? What if you, like, what if you sign a document consenting, like, if I pass out, feel free to continue, because I don't want to feel the tattoo anyway. But then again, it's like, uh-oh, what if you wake up and it's like the wrong design?
Bobby.
I'm taking forever drawing one line here. This is ridiculous. Hey, Lynn, thank you for following. That's a horrible, horrible rectangle. Fix that. Curved rectangles are the hardest thing to draw. My God. I think that's pretty good. That's not bad. Whoop. And we're just gonna copy that one across, lane it. Oops, sorry. We're all over the place here. And this one can be sharp, and I got the little triangle. And this one. Luckily, a wonky line is part of my art style, so I've got that going for me at least. Make that inner line a little less bold, a little thinner. Actually, thinner than that. 12 points? Yeah. Cool, I'm happy with that. And also, oh, sorry. Oh, wait, no, the other thing wasn't a question anyway. But yeah, you wish the VOD of my Until Dawn stream was on YouTube. Yeah, that one is also lost to time. That was just too long ago. 2015 again. September, apparently. Lost to time. But I don't even know how good that stream was in the first place anyway, because I remember I didn't even have a microphone or anything. I remember how I streamed that game. No webcam. I was on my bed, PlayStation in front of me, and I had the Rock Band microphone in between my legs, and I was just kind of like hunched over. Kind of looked like if someone came in, it would look like I'm trying to reach my other microphone between my legs, if you know what I'm talking about. It wasn't a good look. Luckily, there was a webcam. But I played the entire game that way. It was one sitting. I think my back was aching after that. Just screaming into my crotch while I played Until Dawn. Scary game. Oh, I haven't even drawn the first circle yet. No, that's a good point, Tofu. I haven't even drawn the first circle yet. Let's do that. Eh. Not bad. A curved rectangle is an oxymoron, is it not? No, it's not. Is it? No, it's not. Curved rectangle. You can still have something rectangular, but have like, I think there's probably a more technical term for the rounded corners. I think, is it called chamfed? Chamfed corners? Hey Siri, what does chamfed mean?
As a verb, it means of a horse. Make a noisy biting or chewing action. Do you want to hear the next one?
Yes.
As a verb, it means fret impatiently. Want to hear the next one?
No, okay, no, I think it's wrong. No, it has Siri. Hey Siri, what does chamfed mean?
As a verb, it means of a horse. Make a noisy biting or chewing action.
You know what I'm trying to get at? With an F. With an F. With an F. Chamfed.
As a verb, it means fret impatiently. Want to hear one more?
Oh my god, I'm champing right now. I'm champing on the spit here. I mean, don't spit on Siri. Yeah, I know. I had to clean my phone screen this morning. Actually, there's just too much spit on it. And spit and milk. I don't even mean that as a euphemism. There's too much milk on my screen. I was having cereal and it was just getting all over the place. Too excited for the stream today. Also, Chainsaw 5, thank you for following. Hello, hello.
Get back to work!
Thank you very much. I am working. I am working. Oh, I hate that. Hate that eye. Come on, make this look better. Come on. Oh, beauty. Beauty of an eye. Oh. Thanks very much for the focus there. I think that's looking pretty good. Yeah. Pretty happy with that, I think. Sheep Sock's gonna go for now. Okay, catch you later, Sheep Socks. Sock you later. Also, Psychomanity, gotta go to class. Catch you later, Psychomanity as well. More like Psycho Academy. Hey? Happy birthday, by the way. Again. And home code. The Curse of Monkey Island is free via Twitch Prime loot. Oh, is it? Oh, nice. Interesting. So if you have Twitch Prime, don't forget you can use it on this stream. First of all, you can access the bonus panels and such. And apparently also Curse of Monkey Island. Wait, is my VOD for Curse of Monkey Island on my YouTube? Let me double check that. Wait, I'll just do it this way. May as well throw it here. Is it? Is it? Is it? Part 1 is... $5 hours. My god. Oh, well, part 1 is anyway, yeah. Which leads up to Blood Island, I think, is where they land. Spoilers. But yeah. Classic intro. Man, I can't even imagine using Magic Sword music in the stream. Even though we did like mess with the sound vibe of it, we increased like the bass to make it sound like it was coming from indoors. Still do not trust it. Every time I log into Twitch, into my Twitch dashboard, on the side it says, you have currently 0 copyright strikes. And every time I see it, my heart skips a beat because I think I see 1 instead of 0. I'm like, copyright strike! But then, no, 0. There should be like a giant green tick or something to just make it more obvious that I haven't been striked. New Teddy, you should replay the games with lost VODs. Oh, that's an interesting idea. Like I'll just start, like if I have part 1, I just start part 2 from where I left off. Not a bad idea. And to me, again, with my memory, it would be just as if it was new anyway. You should replay Breath of the Wild. It's been ages. I mean, yeah, it has been ages. I started that game in 2019. So technically it's been like 3 years since we started playing that game. Wait, was it 2019? I think it... No. Could it? No. Could it be? No. Surely not. 2019, that's ridiculous. Oh my god. Oh, what am I doing with this? This arrow looks terrible. Hold on. Let me just move this over here so I can see what I'm doing. Awful. First of all, I'm just going to get rid of the stem for a second and make this... There we go. A bit more equilateral. And not so skewed. Hey, Elizabeth, 23 months with that Prime sub. Thank you very much. It's almost 2 years. Goodness me. Goodness me, Lizathy. How you doing? Welcome back. Oh, drag that over there. And with this. Perfect timing with that rim shot. It almost sounds like that's when people get the joke. After like 10 seconds of silence. Oh! You need to replay Until Dawn then, but this time with Lee, it'll be amazing. I mean, not the worst idea, because first of all, yeah, Lee hasn't played Until Dawn. Second of all, I don't remember Until Dawn. I remember it being good. That's basically it. And third of all, people keep saying that Until Dawn is like still the best game that company has made. More than the like other dark anthologies that we have actually streamed. The like Man of Medan, and we didn't play House of Ashes. What's the second one? There's Man of Medan and the one with the witch hunt. Or is it called like witch? I forget what it's called now. God, I can't even remember the title of the game, let alone playing it. Dark and wait, let me just search on the VOD channel. Ridiculous. I don't even know what to search for. Oh, wait, did I search Dark Anthologies? Dark Souls? Oh, Little Hope! That's what it's called. What's this? Coma Code, 19 Spider? Good catch. Good catch, Coma Code. Yeah, wait, Little Hope we did, and Man of Medan. Man of Medana. Lizathy, I will have to sub forever. This load shrug is my most used emote on Twitch, but I'm not complaining. Love the emotes, even though I'm barely online when you're live. Anywho, lots of love. I'm off to bed now. Hey, Lizathy. Hey, well, that makes me happy to know that your most used emote is one of mine. Thank you very much for that. And so yeah, sorry about the time zones not working out. Have a good night. Have a sleep tight, and I'll see you when I see you. Thanks again for the reset. What do we get if we catch a spider? You get recognition. You get street rep. That's what you get. So street rep, street cred. And yeah, your score goes up. Permanent score. And Teddy, you're addicted to low J, so now you're stuck on tier 2. Oh, so that's why you're a tier 2 sub all the time? Not because of my interesting behind the scenes introspectives behind each comic? Just the low J. Well, there's also the low JJJ. That's the animated one. You've used it 525 times in just one other channel. Oh, wow. And you're still not banned? Interesting. Let's see here. Time to draw the hide panel. Let's just do it. Let's just go for it. Loosey goose, eh? Oh, that was a terrible line. Oh god. Yeah, like this. That's pretty good. Whoop, whoop, whoop. I looked at some reference for like Roman looks, like Julius Caesar and all that, and it Asterix and Obelix came up a lot, and I had such a short but intense like nostalgia burst looking through some old school Asterix and Obelix comics, because yeah, for some reason, I mean, I wasn't like a huge fan of Asterix and Obelix, but for some reason I think my parents are into it or something. We have a whole bunch of German Asterix and Obelix in the house, or at least we did. And also, speaking of German comics, well, German translated comics, Also, a lot of like Mickey Mouse and Donald. So much so that I actually thought that Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck and stuff was actually a German comic. So it really weirded me out when I realized this the cartoon in English. I'm like, what the hell? They speak English? This is crazy. I always thought it was a German thing. But yeah, it's just because of the the book translation versions we had. Wait, is this? That was a little too unkempt for the Romans. That looks too intense. What am I doing? This feels like a comic just about this guy's helmet. Why is it so detailed? I think once everything else is colored in, it's not going to look too crazy. Oh, in fact, why speak when I can show? Hold on. Bam. Actually, I took a couple when my parents like were moving. They realized they had like a whole bunch of stuff, and they tried to dump a lot of things onto me. But I agreed to take two of these books. I will show you them now. Not sure if I showed this on stream before. Not that it's like a oh my god, he's finally showing on stream. Oh my goodness, is this even allowed? And it's just two Donald book thingamajiggies. Oops, like this. So I used to read a lot of these ones, and yeah, as you can tell, they're German. The blue text over here, lustiges Taschenbuch, funny bag book, funny pocketbook. Onkel Dagobert die gibt sich die Ehre. I don't even know what that means. But Uncle Dagobert, Uncle Scrooge, uh, gives you the something error. I don't know what that is. Funny what book? Funny bag book, like pocket book or something. Taschen means bag. Book means book. Bug. Anyway, any full color, which is kind of neat. Hold on, let me see if I can make this look nicer. One moment. Hey, look at this. But look how terrible, like in hindsight, the translation, and let me turn the focus on as well. The translation is so obviously not the original. Like, look at the, wait, this is even, look at the font. It's like they just went for the most like default font and then just went with it. Look at this. My god. And then it's not even scented correctly. This is terrible. Wait, come on. Hey, hey, hey. Hilfe, Hilfe. I don't know what that is. Prasse. Oh my god, you can see that Smash is written behind it, but they couldn't get rid of the yellow text, so they just covered it with something called Prassel. Wow. This is even worse than I remember it being. Oh, why do they keep saying... I swear, like, every page is them just saying Hilfe. Like, honestly, as I was flicking through, look. Lee, Hilfe! Lee, help, is what it means. And on this page, Hilfe! Help! Hilfe, Hilfe! It's just a Hilfe book. It's a self-help guide. Anyways. Oh my, it's just so lazy. Look how lazy this is. Look at this. Look at these sound effects. Just Arial or whatever. Black text. Zach, Ratch, Sewer, Rich. Yoo-hoo! God. This is worse than I remember by a lot. Anyway, and the other one is same thing. But I find the coloring to be very, very, oh, that looks really racist. Oh, God. uh, some Asian depictions. Oh, my goodness. Okay, let's see. Let's see what's this. Oh, that's a detail. That's pretty. That looks pretty detailed. Look at that. But yeah, the coloring I find quite fascinating. Kawoom! Got that old school kind of printing technique where the colors uh, kind of bleed through one another. Like look at Uncle Scrooge's tail feather right there, you know. But it's kind of neat. Yeah. Also, here's a question. In the German versions of these Donald Duck comics, Uncle Scrooge's money bank has the words DD on it, or the letters DD, and it's because in German his name is Dagobert Duck, so it's like DD. But is it DD in the English one as well, or is it Braus? I love how the sound effects even sound and look German. Just really brutal. No color, just bold black font. Oh my god, these sound effects are hilarious. What? Schnooper, schnooper. Saus. Quietsch. What the hell is schnooper? Uh, he's Daredevil. That's what DD stands for? Yeah, here's a full page one of what I'm talking about. Yeah, I guess they just did it for the German versions, but I don't know what it is in the English one. Uncle Scrooge. I can't imagine it says U.S. on it. That'd be kind of weird. It would be a bit too like on the nose. Capitalist symbolism. You should add more German sound effects to your comics too. Yeah, I had no idea that they were so different. Oh, here's another. Like, I know I'm taking forever on this, but literally, like, Knuf, Klatsch, Rooms, Clear, Zack. Or is that Zacky? No, I think it's Zack with an exclamation point. And the US version is just a dollar sign on that on the money bank building. Oh, okay. Oh, that's another interesting thing about money. Wait, hold on. Let me see if I can find some money here. Actually, hold on. Is the cover on this one? Oh, they didn't change it. Okay, well, so for the cover, they didn't change it. The cover has dollar signs. I don't know if you can see. Focus. Oh, there we go. The cover has dollar signs, but actually, in the comics, I remember the money actually has a different symbol on it. And I bet you'll never guess what it is. And no, it's not euros, because these were printed before the euro was a thing. Here it is. Here it is. It's just the letter T. T, 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 T. Wait, god damn it, focus. There we go. 13,345 Taler. Taler. That's what dollar is in German. Taler, I think. And so it's just the letter T is on all the money. It really confused me. I was like, what is this? What is this T everywhere? It's very strange. But yeah, it is literally the first letter of dollar. Look at that. Look at his bloodshot eyes. He'd sell his nephew for the gold coin he's holding. Oh my god. Anyway, T T T everywhere. It's so lazy. Anyway, that's a big distraction there. I'm gonna jump back in to work mode here. I'm gonna turn off the auto focus, auto exposure. What was it? Was it so bright? That looks a bit better. Nice. They went with Thaler, not even Deutschmark. T is for Thaler. Thaler is an actual historic currency. It's also where the word dollar comes from. Right. So yeah, it's a translation of the word dollar. Yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting seeing the differences. The sound effects are just very strange that they would change that, and to make it so lazy looking too is a shame. Just black default text, honestly. And like that was a huge thing. Like you could buy those books in every store. You probably still can. It was a huge thing. Oh my god. Anyway, let's unpause the alerts. I predict there's gonna be some stuff backed up in here. There we go. Okay, but when are you sharing the loading R's books? Plural, even. Books. Only time will tell, Dower. Eventually. Eventually, I would love to be able to hold up a loading R's book and just complain about how lazy it looks with the translations and the sound effects. The dream. The dream. Also, Banon, thank you for following. Also, more by that terrifying faceless baby. Oh. Oh. Thank you very much. Okay, here we go. Continuing on, finally, with these characters here. I'm pretty happy with the sketch, so I'm confident just to, oh my god, just to draw willy-nilly. Oops. Remove the line, and then shoop, shoop. Like that. His metal plating. His eyes. That Roman soldier was called willy-nilly. Seems unusual. That's just what, it's a common Roman name. It's like John Smith back then, willy-nilly. That's where the term willy-nilly comes from. You're doing things willy-nilly style. Means it's done in a Roman aesthetic. There we go. Let's do. I want this line to be quite straight, so I'm just gonna make sure I don't freehand it. It's a bit too thick. I'm gonna lower the thickness just by a few points. There we go. Looking pretty good. Willius Nilius. Biggest dickus. Wait, is that from... That's from... Monty Python? Is that from Monty Python, or am I getting confused? I'm not really familiar with Monty Python, actually. It is Monty Python. Life of Brian. That's right. That's right. I've seen it. Just can't remember it. Although I do remember that scene. Vaguely. And willy-nilly, I thought it was pronounced Willie Nelson. Let's see here. Also, Andrea, when you publish a book, you also get a Wikipedia page. It's much easier, at least. Oh yeah, and then maybe I'll also get verified Get that little verification check mark on social media. That's something to look forward to. That's an incentive. One of these days. One of these days I'll have a book. And I have to. And move it over to the side a bit more so it looks like he's looking at him. It's looking pretty good, yeah. Garlic bread sounds good now. Garlic bread? Where did garlic bread come from? Because I'm drawing Russian Roman things? Although they do have olive branch, olive oil. Is that a Roman thing or is that a Greek thing? I think it's Greek. They add the Greeks, Romans? When the Greeks and the Romans didn't get along or something, right? Ancient Greece, ancient Romans, like 300 Spartans. The Greeks are Greeks? I guess that makes sense. Oh, it's just a random thought. Oh, okay, come on, I thought it was something related to the history period that I was drawing here. I'm not really good at history. Although Roman stuff is cool. Roman and ancient Egyptian stuff. Ancient Rome, ancient Egypt, I like that. That stuff was like my jam. Alright. Let's see, this goes. Ah. This doesn't even look correct anymore. How does this even work? This comes down this way and then he kind of picks it up again and puts it over his arm. Whatever. When in Rome, I guess. Romans copied the Greek mythology. The Romans looked at the Greeks and said, "You made this, I made this." History of Rome podcast is kick-ass. Oh man, I wish I could listen to podcasts. I can't. Because I feel like I just don't ever have the time to listen to a podcast. And you think, wait a second, Gregor, you just listen to it while you're working. I can't do that. I can't multitask. That's why I have this thing, this focus thing even.
Let's do it.
I just won't even remember what I heard. Hold on, let's see. That's looking pretty good. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Thank you for the focus. Yeah, I can't work and listen to a podcast at the same time. I've tried. It's either one or the other. And especially if it's like an educational podcast, then forget about it. Like, it's hard enough for me just like absorb the information if I'm just focusing directly on it, let alone doing other things at the same time. Akanika, do it while you're driving? Oh my god. Akanika, if I can't even draw while listening to a podcast, I'm not gonna risk driving and trying to listen to a podcast at the same time. Oh my god. That's a health hazard. That looks good. I can't even listen to the radio in the car when shit gets real. Like if I have to like drive somewhere I haven't driven before, or it's like rush hour, or it's busy, or school's just been let out and there's kids everywhere, I turn the radio off because I can't have any distractions. I gotta focus. You've listened to the whole history of Rome 3 times now? Is it because you're enjoying it so much, or because you are like forgetting what they said? One thing I do like about the history of Rome, I mean not the podcast, but just in general, is that book series. I forget what it is. It's like the rise and fall of the Roman Empire. It's a book series. It's like a real book kind of series. It's not even like, you know, young adult novel, you know, turned into a movie sort of thing. It's like, boof. You can't even take this out of the library. It's just like a ancient text, but it looks awesome, and I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. Right after Firefox decides to open. Here we go. 1 second. Rise. Oh my god, 100 thank yous. It's our 100th release of Firefox. Thank you for helping us build a better and healthier internet. Start browsing. Okay. It updated. Okay, here we go. Rise and Fall of Rome books. I'll show you what I mean. Here we go. Oops. One sec. Look at this. Oh, so cool. Oh, sorry, not the rise and fall. The decline and fall of the Roman Empire. Right. So look at this series of books. The pillar, and it crumbles and starts crumbling more and more and more. Oh my god. The crumbling pillars. Yes, Teddy, you already knew of it. It's so satisfying. If only I could read. Oh well. I'm not gonna read that many. That looks like a lot of pages. And books like that, I'm sure the text is even very small. But I just love that design. Ugh. So cool. Anyways, top art is it's the top design porn repost. I think I saw it on that sub actually. Yes. I love it. Not sure what the front looks like. Oh wait, is that it? Ooh, if that ooh, that looks pretty good too. Actually, oh, let me show you what that looks like. Apparently, the front looks like this. Even the spine looks a little different from the one I was showing you before, but the front looks very nice too. It's got those laurels. So classic, so elegant. Like it looks a lot better than this. Oh god. Edward Gibbon, what are you doing to me? That is horrendous. I refuse to believe this is even a real cover. I don't buy it. Can't be real. Let's get back to work. Some of the conclusions in the book are outdated, as we found new evidence that proves Gibbon, the author, was working with incomplete information. Oh, is that right? Oh well. Oh well. That we even know anything that happened thousands of years ago, it just blows my mind. Honestly, it's like, you found the grocery list of some Roman peasant from whatever year they were hanging around. It's crazy that we even have that. I don't know how it's done. Stroik, you caught a spider there. Congrats, Stroik, 75 spiders. We know like nothing from pre-written history. Oh, so like before writing existed. Hey, does hieroglyphics count as writing? I think it does. Or whatever, pen, paper. I mean, they got papyrus, not the font, but the paper as well. And that's all about writing. Pretty sure from my playthroughs of Civilization. Pretty sure that's how it works. Let's see here. Just trying to think. What do I do next? Background art. Yeah. I will start with whatever. I'm just going to call it layer 1. I'm going to make a new folder called background. And layer 1 is going to be stuff you see in the front. So like the pillar, the steps, and the first hill that Julius Caesar is walking on, and the path. And then layer 2 will be the thing behind Julius Caesar here. And then layer 3 will be the trees in the background there. And the reason for that is I might like change the outline of the colors so that they're not as intense when they're further away. Whatevs. Nice. Ah. Akanika, phew, I thought you meant the font until you clarified. Oh, that the papyrus? Ancient Egyptians invented the papyrus font. That is also a fact. Speaking of papyrus font, uh, Avatar 2 has finally surfaced some screenshots, some footage, and a title. The Way of Water, I think, is the title of the Avatar 2 movie. Movie 2 of 6, I think, 6 Avatar films. Crazy is what that is. I honestly am so. Every time I'm reminded that Avatar is still being worked on, blows my mind. I'm pretty sure there's 6 films confirmed. Let me just double check IMDb. And I think James Cameron has worked on all of them at the same time. At least I hope so, because it's taking like over 13 years to make the sequel. Hold on. Let's change over here for a second. I'm on the Avatar IMDb page. Why is this so? What is wrong here? Why is this? What the? Okay, that's a little bit better. Wait, doesn't IMDb have like the? Eh? I thought. Hold on. I thought it also showed like other movies coming up. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Let me show that a bit better. Okay, okay, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there's 4 Avatar movies. I thought there was 6. Maybe I'm getting confused with Shrek. But yeah, Avatar 2009, Avatar: The Way of Water, this year. And then Avatar 3, Avatar 4, Avatar 5. Oh, there's 5. Why did I say 4? Oh, yeah. I don't know why this is out of order. There's 5 Avatar movies. Right? I think. My God. The crazy thing is, I don't even understand why, because the first one wasn't even good. But then again, it made $1 billion gazillion dollars, so that's like the main reason. But I personally did not enjoy Avatar, the movie. 7.8 on IMDb. Oh my God. The story was, I mean, for a movie that has so much pre-production, like I remember seeing some behind the like scenes footage, and they like invented a whole language for Avatar, and just like so much pre-production, so much thought put into it. Everything but making an interesting story. I find the story so generic. Isn't it just Pocahontas? I don't know. Maybe I'm misinterpreting it, but I'm pretty sure from what I remember, it just felt like Pocahontas in space. And I don't know, I was bored by it. I also had like a huge headache halfway through, which didn't help things. But needless to say, I was pretty disappointed by it. And that James Cameron's been working on 4 more Avatar films the past 12, 13 years. Jesus Christ. Whatever. Really curious to know how well it's going to do, because I feel like the hype of Avatar has long faded. Like even the 3D TV kind of craze that it started has also finished. You don't really hear anything about 3D TVs anymore. Thank God. What am I drawing here? What is this? What is this little thing here? So it just seems strange that they expect Avatar to do so well. People, like, they weren't even born yet back then.
Bobby.
The ones that they're relying on going into the cinema now. It's crazy. But what do I know? I heard that they're re-releasing the first one, just to, I guess, remind people, or to give people that weren't alive in 2009 a chance to catch up with the story. But anyway, whatever. Should be interesting. Also, thank you, Pups, for the follow. Welcome. Still waiting for that District 9 sequel. I want to know what happened. Oh, I don't know. I enjoyed District 9 a lot, but I am over it. I think I remember there was like Elysium, and then that robot one. What was it called? The one with like the ant word in it as well. It was called like Jockey or Jackie or something like that. Johnny, Bunny, Bibby. What was that movie called? The one with the ant word in it. Jimmy? This is gonna drive me nuts. What is it? What is it? What is it? What is it called? I don't even know what to search for. D Antwoord movie. It's called. Wait. Uh-oh. Whoops. I just realized the internet's down. Huh. Here, 1 second. Okay, only people watching the VOD is going to see this part. Why? What? Excuse me while I double check some stuff. Why is the internet down? Alright, well, I'm just gonna stop recording right here, and I'll be back shortly. Alright, welcome back. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Is it working? Is it working? Hold on. Is it working? Alright, welcome back. Hello! Wait. Oh my gosh. Hello. I said hello! Why is this not working? Bliss. Stream a bot? Oh, it closed. Okay, hold on. Hold on, 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 hold on. Don't do anything. Don't do anything. Okay, yeah, the internet died for a moment there. And then I was like, I turned off the router. I was like waiting a while. I plugged out the router, power cable, because, you're supposed to do that. Put the cable back in. I waited. I waited. Internet wasn't coming back on. I was like, what's going on? I was like checking online, like status, like is anyone detecting down internet? What's going on? Why is it still down? And I go and check. I forgot to turn the thing back on. Oh well. that took a long time. That took a long time to do it. Anyway, what was I saying? Okay, so let me read this story. Let me read through the story so it's more prepared. So anyway, I go back and I look at the router and I realize I had still kept it on, and I realized it was still switched off.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
All right. Well, anyway, that whole thing was such a fucked up return to the stream. Everything's so broken. Also, there's another thing. When I do that animation thing, that black and white thing, I'm actually going to turn off the music at the same time as well, but I haven't implemented that yet. That's still something I got to do. But that's on the to-do list. Anyways, we're back now. Goodness me. I don't even know where we left off. Someone said something about looking forward to wanting to see the District 9 sequel, and I said, love District 9, but since Elysium and the other movie with the Antwoord, that whole kind of like theme has just been beaten to death for me. And I was like, what is that movie with the Antwoord? What is that movie? And I was like, Honey, Bunny, Johnny, Jackie, and I remembered as I was turning on and off the router, Chappie. That's what I was trying to remember. Anyway, I believe we're all now caught up. Jesus Christ. So sorry about that. I know it's already so late for a lot of you, for me to then disappear for, I guess it was only like 5 minutes. Not even like the time I take sometimes when I'm late, so yeah. Anywho, we're back now. I'm back and drawing a terrible Roman building, which I think I'm just messing up. I'm probably going to redo this Roman building thing here later on when I look at some reference, but for now, good enough. And we got our little green turd trees. I really like these trees. Very satisfying. I think it's because I used to play Caesar 3.
Protect the VIP team.
Bane and Address, welcome back. Good to see you again. Hello, hello. Man, I know I haven't been here for a bit, but you didn't have to leave when I said hello. So I didn't even see your message. My internet was long dead by then, I think. I think I was also talking for an embarrassing amount of time before I realized the internet was down. But I'm actually glad. I'm really glad that the internet was down because the chat was super quiet and I was really sad. I was like, oh no, everyone's left! Everyone's left! I'm talking to no one! It's a one viewer stream! My worst nightmare. And then I look, I'm like, oh, the internet's down. Thank God. Ooh. I've never been happier to see that the internet went down. I knew I shouldn't have badmouthed Avatar. You demand to hydrate bees before the stream died? Did you do a hydration when I was AFK? I didn't even. I don't think I even saw that. Didn't even see that. Sorry about that, Coma Code. I unfortunately cannot refund you those bees. Those are done. Hydration was done exactly before it broke. Oh really? You're loving the puns so much? Oh, the roaming around? Thank you, I'm glad. And Coma Code, you thought you caused the crash? Oh, just like last time. I'm pretty sure it was... Wait, was it you, Coma Code, that crashed the stream last time? Forget, there was something. Oh no, oh, Saruman. Yeah, what have you done, Saruman? That's right. It was Saruman. But no, I should have known. Dissing Avatar isn't going to get anyone to hate me. Avatar is the movie, the blue one, is what's it called? Free to hate on. Easy points. If I wanted you guys to hate me for an opinion on a movie, I would have said something more spicy like, I recently watched the new Batman movie, and I hated it. I could not stand it. Could not stand the Batman movie. Really disappointed. I thought it would be a lot better, but it was super cheesy, and not in a good way, not in like a fun, not in a fun way. But I don't think people approve. In fact, I gave it a spicy review, a spicy rating. I gave it 1.5 stars out of 5. That's how much I did not like the movie. Which is surprising, because I totally thought I would like it a lot more, but nope. Haven't seen it yet, Strike? Still have yet to watch it, Tofu, before I can give you my rage about it? Well, when you do watch it, let me know what you think. But, what was the website with the movie reviews? Oh, Letterboxd, without the E. So Letterboxd, with a D at the end. .com. And I believe my account name is just Gregor. Yeah, snagged that name. Pretty proud of myself. If you diss Lord of the Rings, instant fists strike? Well, I enjoyed Lord of the Rings at the time, but I do not like it nearly as much anymore. It's just not really my cup of tea anymore. I can still appreciate that it's made well, but it's just not for me personally. Stop talking. I liked it a lot more than Hobbit, I can tell you that much. Hated the Hobbit movies. Quiet Artist, not a Marvel or DC fan, so I don't care. I was more mad about your review of The Emperor's New Groove. Oh, wait, what did I give Emperor's New Groove? I think, I remember it's one I liked a lot when I first saw it. And then I think I overhyped it, and I got Lee to watch it, and then I kind of realized, not as good as I remember it being. but I still gave it a solid. Where is it? 3 stars. 3 out of 5. Solid 3 stars. Something like 3.5, and that's even less than that. 3 stars. Um, Still positive. Still positive. But yeah, it just didn't grab me as much. I don't know. And Teddy, question: who was the Lord of the Rings? Was it Sauron, Frodo? Like it's called Lord of the Rings, but we never see the Lord of the Rings. Good question. I don't know. I do not know. And actually, there's only one ring, isn't there? One ring to rule them all. So shouldn't it be called Lord of the Ring? Then again, Lord of the Rings is like so the Ring of the Rings. That's what it should have been called. The Ring of the Rings. The Fellowship. Wait. The Fellowship. What's it called? What was the first one called? Lord of the Rings? The Fellowship of the Ring? Surely not. Sounds like Greg just had a negative phase and rewatched a lot of movies in it, but what he really didn't like was himself. I don't know. I think it's more just like I had such a much more of a positive memory of certain movies, and then when I rewatched them later in life, it was just more disappointing, I guess. But yeah, I mean, 3 out of 5 is still not bad. The Fellowship. Oh my god, Fellowship of the Ring. Is it not Lord of the Rings? I know that Return of the King is the third one. The Two Towers is the second one. It's easy to remember because it's 2, and that means second. But the first one is the Fellowship of the Ring. I think. I feel like my New Zealand citizenship application is just going to get instant denied. It's just going to be a bunch of Lord of the Rings trivia. I think this is looking pretty good. Let's go do the limbs on the first one and the sleeves. It's almost a wrap, to be honest. Hey Shiba Socks, welcome back. Hello, hello. I wonder if the load spider timer got reset. Yeah, probably, because StreamAbot actually crashed as well. I had to restart that. So I think everything's been reset. Oh gosh, I hope it hasn't like messed up something with like my outro. Not that it needs any help messing up, because I just remembered I still haven't fixed that little loophole that you guys have found.
Get back to work!
I'm already working.
Let's do it.
I am already working. Oh, but for 1B, how could you resist, Yoto? Boing. Thank you very much. Ah. That's looking pretty good. Had a few sweat drops coming off of his face, just flying off. Hide the chair in the background. I think it's looking pretty good. I'm not bothering with like erasing the lines behind the characters here because it's on a separate folder. So as soon as I start coloring in the characters, it's gonna automatically block out the background. So I'm not too fussed about that. May as well use a blip though. It's like blip, blip. Blip. Whoops. Eh. Blip. That B is too big. Yeah, looks pretty good. I think that's in the center. So we'll see that. Oh, it's a bit too high up. But it's more important that's in the center horizontally. So let's see. Touches the bed of the B there, and then this one is. I could move a little bit more to the side. There we go. Blip. Super text. We would never mess up your outro with a loophole. I think you've accidentally slipped in the letter N there in front of ever. Wait, that doesn't even make any sense. We would ever mess up your outro with a loophole? You've mistyped forever. That's better. Instead of a 4, you've typed an N. Stephen and Lex are gonna head to bed. All right, have a good night, Stephen the Sleepy. Take care. And Yoda, oh, you watched The Big Short? You liked that movie, but I didn't like that it's based on real stuff. The ending was heartbreaking. Oh, the ending. Man, what a gut punch. Yeah. I'm not sure. Did I give that movie a good review? I don't know. I didn't 100% understand what was happening. But, what did I give it? I didn't even find it. Oh, it's 3.5. Okay, no. Liked it better than Emperor's New Groove.
Protect the VIP team.
Sarah Man, hello, welcome back. How are you doing? Good to see you again. Select these borders, add the mask. I think I'm pretty much. Oh, I may as well do the click stuff. Click. And then like. Boop, boop. Yeah, that's all right. Okay. Yeah, I think it's looking pretty good. Yelsork, click, is mistyped, or rather misclicked. Yeah, I know technically there's a C. There's two C's in there, but I like it. I like the phonetic version to be a bit more, like, basic, you know? I don't know. At this point, I'm not even sure if I like it better this way. I just feel like I've always been hassled about, oh, you're missing the C in here. And I've just been, like, doubling down, like, no, I like it this way. It's probably like a mistake at the beginning, and I just stuck with it. Keep rolling with it. I like it this way, it's more phonetic. But honestly, I'm not even sure if I like it anymore. But at this point, I feel like I'm just too far in to change now. Because then if I edit now, it's more like an admission that it's not as good. That's ridiculous. It looks more like lick. Click and blip look the same. Don't really like that. There we go. Click on this side. Click. Blip. Yeah. Saruman. Artists are goddamn wizards. I commissioned an artist to draw a character that I made up for my novel and just provided her a basic description with stock photos as references, and she's making a whole ass picture of that character, very accurate to what I had in my brain. It's amazing. Oh, nice. It is pretty amazing. What? I guess I'm not sure. In case you don't want to spoil it, what kind of character are we talking about here? But that must be quite surreal. To have it be, like, made in your vision. I'd love to have, like, a machine that could just project what I'm thinking onto the screen. But then again, that would, like, completely ruin the careers of, like, all artists out there. If you could just have whatever is in your head be, like, transformed into a PNG, holy shit. But that would be cool for dreams. I'd love to be able to, like, capture, like, what a dream looked like and just have it in front of me. Not that I have, like, ooh, amazing creative artistic dreams or anything, but just, like, I don't know, because I don't really remember exactly what they look like, and it just sometimes it does have this surreal, like, oh, it did look pretty cool, I guess. Some dreams where I'm, like, holding onto a big balloon and I'm, like, running through a field and I'm, like, jumping with a giant balloon, and then I can, like, almost fly, and then, like, I'm, like, up in the air like 50 meters, you know, and then come back down slowly and I keep running over, like, rooftops. That was kind of cool. Animate the click. Animate the click. This perfect as a set. This comic is a perfect setup for being animated. Just animate this click. Wouldn't make any sense because then it would have to loop, and then it would just look like it's just constantly clicking, 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 and blipping, blipping, blipping. It wouldn't repeat very well. And then you say, well, then again, you can make GIFs that only play once and don't repeat. And then I'll say, you nuts? That would look, that'd be crazy. I don't like animation in comics. It's too distracting. Hey, quiet artist, you off the bed? Have a good night, quiet artist. Yell Sork. How do you come up with ideas for comics? I do not know. I don't know. I just go to the cafe. I get my sketchbook, my pen, which look like this. Where is it? Oh god, where is it? Oh, there it is. But I lost it for a second. Bada bing, bada boom. Looks like this. But I can't show exactly what they look like because that's a tier 2 reward. But it's like this, and I have this pen. This exact pen here, the Sharpie S Gel pen. This camera's mirrored, so just watch this in the mirror. And that's what I do. I have a coffee, and I just doodle. I doodle my little heart out, and try not to break down and cry. Yeah. This song is spooky. And Saruman. It's really weird because I've worked all alone on that novel for God Ship Too Long, 11 plus years, and always saw it as something very personal, and it's the first time that I involve another person in this. Oh, well, that sounds like a big step, Saruman. I'm happy for you, and congratulations. Hope it's going well. How many pages are we talking here? I know it's kind of redundant to ask how many pages because it depends on the font size and how big is a page, how big is a piece of string. But like, what we're talking like Harry Potter, like Harry Potter 1 or like Harry Potter 5. I think that was the biggest one. And you go to no. A video, you start the video with the first frame, then close up, then 200 years ago, then 2,000 years ago, sorry. Hey, how you doing? And then fade to white. This is a storyboard comic. Yeah, I feel like a lot of I feel like comics in general are just storyboards anyway. You could pretty much turn any of my comics into like a short cartoon animation, I think. Although I wouldn't have it fade to white, I'd have it cut to white. Flip. Instant. Cafes are open now? Yeah, in New Zealand, like everything is basically back to normal. Some people still wear masks. I think you're supposed to wear masks if it's like a closed indoor space where you can't socially distance. But yeah, for the most part, it just seems like everything's back to normal. The staff people have masks on, most of them. Hey, what's this? Mac and cheese? Thank you for following. Forced mac and cheese. Welcome, welcome. Also, why is the music on stream and not Discord? Oh yeah, I kind of just forgot to change to Spotify music at the beginning, and I just kind of kept stuck with it. I think I don't know, more in a chill vibe, I suppose. I don't know. I really have no reason why I didn't go to Spotify with the music. But as for why isn't the music coming up in the corner, I've turned it off for Pretzel because it plays in the chat anyway, and I'd like the cleaner look. It makes sense if I'm listening to Spotify music and you can't hear music on stream, but you're wondering what the hell I'm humming to or singing to. You'll look in this corner and be like, oh, he's listening to Spice Girls again. And it says, oh, type this to join Discord to listen to this song. Yeah. First Harry Potter book is 76,944 words. And you're at 94,000 words. Saruman, oh my god. 94,000 words! Shit. I don't think I even know 94,000 words. You're at 94,000 words? It's redonkulous. Honestly, I would watch the animation vids. Oh yeah, I mean, I would watch the animation vids too, but shit, I don't want to animate. Sounds like a nightmare. Sounds like a huge nightmare. Hey, Wolfie. Everyone's doing it. Wolfie, I'm doing it. Julius Caesar's doing it. Finger guns. Actually, I don't even know if they wouldn't even call it a finger gun back then. Since they don't have guns in Rome. Well, ancient Rome, anyway. Maybe they would just call it finger hands. Actually, they wouldn't call it that. They don't even speak English. I don't know. Hey, Siri, what's finger in Latin?
Reporting in.
I can't translate into Latin yet.
That's what they'd say. Seriously, welcome back. Finger daggers. Oh, that's way better. Finger daggers. Julius Caesar gets a shock. Wait, whoa. Actually, no, he wouldn't get a shock because I think as soon as he was stabbed, he died. So he wouldn't have some sort of PTSD from finger daggers. Anyway. Other non-finger hands? I think it's called fists, I suppose. Palms. 30 minutes and no spider has appeared. Maybe there is something broken with my streamer bot. Maybe it didn't like reset. No, it's turned on. There should be a spider. Sometime. I don't know. Hey, to power. Yeah. Thank you very much. Welcome back. Oh.
Get back to work!
Alright. Gotta get back to work. I don't even know what I'm working on.
Let's do
I'm
it.
pretty much finished. Pretty much finished for today. Lineout's done. Yeah. I'm just gonna... I could work on the... Okay, now I could do the button text. I could do that. Might make it a turnip pen. There you go. I'm working. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me. That's some good ass button text right there. We go to the cancel over here. And all time over here. This will be thinner because it's not important. I mean, it's not important, but it kind of reinforces the punchline if you are willing to read it. And there we go. Okay. I think it's looking pretty good. Doesn't count as dialogue, really, because it's just button text. But yeah, thank you for the focus there for you, Fry. And yeah, I can't believe there's no spider yet. I don't know what's happened. Probably something has broken. Probably. Oh well. But it'll be fixed for tomorrow, that's for sure. Because the thing is, with StreamAbot, I have a lot of stuff that, like, it like resets a bunch of stuff, like it fixes things when I go into the intro again. But I don't want to do that because then it resets like the VIP first words and also other stuff that can't remember now. There have been periods of over half an hour without spiders in the past. Give it time. Yeah. Wait, how many seconds is in half an hour? Hey Siri, how many seconds are there in half an hour?
0.5 hours is 1,800 seconds.
Yeah, it can go longer than that. Half an hour is not the max cap for spiders to wait. Not to like spoil any of the algorithm that I've got going on. But I will wrap up the stream once that spider is found. Let's call it that. When there's a spider, then I'll finish the stream. Pressure's on. Pressure is on. Turns out everyone refuses to catch a spider, and it turns into like a 10-hour stream. Did you notice the blip on the cat of Lizathy on the bottom left? Ah, nice. The blip down there. Oh, that's perfect. For a second, I was like, oh god, what's broken now? But yeah, it's just that. Alright. Let's see. What are we doing here? This fight is fake! I'm dragging it myself. See, I even like, whoop. 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 Told ya. Oh, I'm gonna hide it back. Gone. God, I hope this spider does appear at some point, because I am hungry. What else can we do? Let's do the logo. Usually I save the logo for the coloring phase, but I'm gonna be drawing it eventually, so I may as well do it now. Doop, doop, doop. Doop, 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 doop. Also, speaking of laptops, like I'll be getting a laptop eventually, because once the borders open up, I'm keen to travel some, and also work at the same time, so I need a laptop. And so I've been looking at what the current state of laptops are these days. It's pretty damn amazing. Hey, look at that! Strike! Congrats, Strike. Got it. That was a long spider. I could feel everyone's tension just in the air. The tension was thick. As thick as a tarantula's legs. Kamako, you're busy typing Japan. Oh well. No one to blame but yourself there, Kamako. But yes, you're right though. Japan would be like, that would be like my jam. 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 That'd be where I want to go first. But they are very reluctant on opening the borders. So for now I gotta wait. But yeah, that would be pretty sweet to like be in Japan for a while and working at the same time. Maybe some streaming as well. That'd be pretty damn cool. Looking forward to that. In fact, if it wasn't for COVID, that would have happened already like a long time ago. Oh well. The one good thing about waiting extra long for COVID to pass before I can go to Japan is that laptops have only gotten a lot better. And also, I'm not leaning toward a Mac anymore. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna stick with Windows, even with a laptop. Yeah. Also because like StreamerBot doesn't work on Mac as well, so that kind of rules that out. France to power? France, visiting France sometime? Maybe sometime, maybe. Some sort of Europe trip would be nice to do at some point, because I'd like to visit my grandma before it's too late. But yeah, that was actually supposed to happen right before COVID hit. So some sort of European trip would be definitely in my sights too. Speaking of Jam, you should see Everesk's comic about Jam. Oh yeah? I shall check that out. And Japan is going to be super crowded the moment they open. Well, hopefully they open only to like me. That would be great. The gates open only to webcomic artists. That would be the perfect. That's kind of what I'm relying on happening. Let's see here. Okay, let's I'm gonna wrap up now. Let's see, we'll be rating as well. The Power, you just got your passport, you're going to France very soon. Oh, excellent. Bon appetit. Well, no, not bon. Bon voyage. Hey, there's another one. I wasn't even that far off. Excellent. Well, that should be a lot of fun. And and Utrade. What about Antarctica, Tofu? If Antarctica had better internet, I'd consider it, because I hate sweating. So that seems like it's up my alley. Also, it seems kind of boring too, just ice everywhere. Actually, by then, probably just water. Let's see. Just wondering. Hmm. 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 No! Don't!
Get back
No!
to
Don't!
work!
God damn it, Fry.
Let's do it.
Damn it. 3,000 bees as well. That was one determined focus. I was focusing on figuring out who to raid. Oh, whoops. Clear his store. Uh. 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 Well, I guess I'll focus on doing some colors? Cool. Starting that, pretty nice. Actually, it's probably gonna be blue. Yeah. Round table. Boom. Alright. Cool. I did some work. Totally counts. Totally counts. But, alright, that's it. That's it for now. That's it for now. Also, I've already decided who will be rating today. We will be rating. We will be rating. We will be rating. I've got two. I'm kind of decided. My eyes is darting back and forth like tennis. What is happening? Oh, that looks kind of interesting. Craft. What is that? There's little plastic beads. Okay, hold on. Hey, Gamble here. Just got a Discord notification, and I'm done. Wait, you just got the notification now? I sent that out like 2.5 hours ago, I think. But welcome back. But all right, go right. Wait, which is right for you? This. All right, I'm gonna go right. We'll be rating Astro Canuck. They are doing some crafting. They look like they're doing satin, like some sort of like pixel art satin, but using those plastic beads. I don't know what it's called. Crafting an Astro's Potpourri. Is it called Potpourri? I thought that was like the dead leaves thing. Also puzzled. Bison, thank you for following. Hope to see you tomorrow in tomorrow's stream because that's when we will be working on more of the comic. Probably finishing the comic, actually, because I'm itching for some more Planet Zoo on the 3rd day. So, that's it for me now. Thank you very much for watching. Discord notifications on your iPhone sometimes take a few hours to reach. Oh, that is really annoying. Doesn't that kind of like defeat the whole purpose of like a notification? You want to be like notified immediately. What if it was like an emergency? What if I was like telling people on Discord like, hey, watch out, there's like a giant asteroid heading your way at everyone. Also, I'm streaming on Twitch. That's what I should do. Okay, anyway, thank you very much for watching, everyone, and I will see you in tomorrow's stream. Goodbye, farewell, and let's go raid Astro Canuck and his potpourri. Whatever that is. Take care, and good luck. Good night. Good luck.